It is January. The sun sets at 4:30 in the afternoon. Outside, the temperature is sitting at 12 below zero. And somewhere in your garage, bolted to the wall like a promise you bought on a payment plan, is a single large lithium battery box. The display reads, 23% remaining. You have been running the space heater, the well pump, the refrigerator, the lights. Normal life. And your entire system, the system that was supposed to set you free, is on its knees before 8 o'clock at night. If this has happened to you, or if you are trying to build a setup where it never will, then what I am about to show you is going to change how you think about energy storage completely. Because the real problem was never the solar panels. It was never the inverter. It was the assumption buried inside the entire industry. The assumption that all energy storage is the same, and that one big electrical box in your garage is the answer to every problem your house throws at you. It is not. And the physics will tell you why. If you are chasing genuine energy independence, not a backup system, not a grid tie credit, but actual, cut the cord forever freedom, stay with me. We are going to break down the 5 best energy storage solutions available to homeowners right now. Not in theory, not in a lab. Off-the-shelf products you can purchase today, ranked by their real-world performance across the full range of loads your property actually demands. We will cover the physics, the economics, and the honest strengths and limitations of each one. And by the end, you will understand exactly how to combine these technologies into a system that does not just survive winter, it thrives in it. Let's start with the one that almost nobody is talking about. Before we talk about any piece of hardware, we need to talk about the single biggest hidden tax on your energy independence. It is not your electricity bill. It is heat. In most American homes, thermal loads, space heating, and domestic hot water account for up to 71% of total household energy consumption. 71%. That means if your whole plan is to replace your energy use with a chemical battery bank and some solar panels, you are trying to solve a heating problem with an electrical hammer. And that is an expensive mistake. The reason this matters so much is timing. In winter, your solar production drops right at the exact moment your heating demand goes through the roof. The days are short, the panels are cold and often snow-dusted, and your house is pulling hard on every watt you have stored. Dumping precious, highly refined electrical energy from a chemical battery into a resistive space heater just to stay warm is, in engineering terms, a mechanical tragedy. So what if there was a way to store heat itself, not electricity that gets converted into heat, but raw thermal energy held for months, underground, silently waiting for winter? There is. It is called a sand battery. And a Latvian startup named Batsand has built a residential version you can actually purchase. The physics behind this goes back to the 1800s. Dry silica sand has an extraordinary property. It can absorb and hold enormous amounts of heat with essentially zero degradation over time. Unlike a lithium cell, which chemically breaks down a little bit every single time you charge and discharge it, sand does not care. It does not lose capacity. It does not catch fire. It does not need a firmware update. What Batsand has done is take this ancient concept and engineer a modern, plug-and-play system around it. Here is how it works in practice. During summer, when your solar panels are generating more electricity than your house can use, that surplus power, which would normally get dumped back to the utility grid for pennies on the dollar, instead gets routed into Batsand's resistive heating elements. Those elements superheat ambient air to 500 degrees Celsius. 500 degrees. That superheated air is blown through insulated stainless steel tubes directly into a massive sealed sand container. And that container, built to their specifications, gets buried in your backyard. Same footprint as a septic tank. Out of sight, below your lawn, completely invisible to zoning inspectors and HOA committees alike. Then winter arrives. The Batsand control system wakes up. It starts recirculating that captured heat back through a heat exchanger, feeding high-temperature water directly into your radiant floor system or central heating loop. The heat you stored in July is warming your living room in February. The smaller 14-kilowatt system is designed for homes between 200 and 500 square meters. Hardware costs run around $7,000. Installed, you are looking at closer to $20,000. Now I know what you were thinking. $20,000 sounds like a lot. But consider what it replaces: a gas furnace, its ongoing fuel costs, its maintenance, and, critically, all the electrical storage capacity you would have otherwise needed to run resistive heating through winter nights. When you add all of that up, $20,000 starts to look like a bargain with a multi-generational lifespan. That said, we have not yet seen a fully operational residential installation with published real-time performance data. This technology is real, the company is real, and the physics are sound. But because we are still waiting on independent performance documentation from actual homes, that is why this ranks 5th on our list rather than higher. When those numbers come in, this system might jump several spots. The sand battery handles space heating, the big, slow, seasonal thermal load. Our number 4 handles the other half of your home's thermal equation, and it does it with material science that should not be possible in something the size of a small filing cabinet. We are talking about domestic hot water. And to understand why this solution is genuinely revolutionary, you first have to understand how absurdly wasteful the standard system is. A conventional hot water tank stores energy using what physicists call sensible heat. It heats a large volume of water up to temperature and holds it there. To store enough energy to get a family through a day of showers and dishes, you need a 50-gallon or 80-gallon tank sitting in your utility room, radiating its stored heat into the surrounding air 24 hours a day. Think about that. You are paying the power company to heat water that is constantly bleeding heat into your basement. You are paying to reheat it. Then it bleeds again. This cycle runs around the clock whether anyone in your house turns on a tap or not. It is the least efficient possible way to store thermal energy, and it has been the industry standard for over a century. Phase change materials work on an entirely different principle. Instead of heating a liquid, you are using the energy of your solar surplus to change the physical state of a specialized compound from solid to liquid. During that transition, the material absorbs an enormous amount of what physicists call latent heat, and it does so without rising in temperature at all. Every watt of energy goes into breaking molecular bonds, not into raising a number on a thermometer. The result is a storage medium with an energy density that makes hot water tanks look like relics. The definitive product in this space is the Sunamp Thermino series. Sunamp has spent years perfecting this, packing their units with a non-toxic, non-flammable salt hydrate called plantigrade phase change material. The Thermino can hold the same amount of thermal energy as a 200-liter hot water cylinder, in a cabinet up to 4 times smaller. You can buy a mid-sized unit for around $4,300. A standard plumber can connect it directly to your cold mains water line. No massive plumbing overhaul. No new room in your house to dedicate to a steel cylinder. There is also a hygiene advantage that does not get talked about enough. Traditional hot water tanks contain 50 to 80 gallons of warm, stagnant water at temperatures that are ideal for bacterial growth, specifically Legionella. The Thermino contains less than 15 liters of water at any given moment because it uses a flash heating approach. Cold water flows through a heat exchanger embedded in the molten core and exits at full temperature on demand. No stagnant water. No bacterial risk. Endless high-pressure hot water. To make this system genuinely off-grid capable, you pair it with a smart power diverter, specifically something like the Myenergi Eddi. The Eddi monitors your home's main electrical panel 100 times per second. The instant your solar array produces more electricity than your house is consuming, it intercepts that excess current before it can flow back to the grid and dumps it into the Thermino's internal heating element. The result: up to 63% of your annual hot water bill, captured from sunshine you were already producing and previously giving away. This combination, the Thermino and the Eddi, is one of the highest return, lowest complexity upgrades available to any solar homeowner. It costs a fraction of a full battery system, and it attacks the part of your energy bill where the money actually bleeds. Now we shift fully into electrical storage. And here is where the mainstream battery industry has a problem they would prefer you not examine too closely. Chemical degradation. Every lithium battery, regardless of chemistry, stores energy through an electrochemical reaction. Ions move through a liquid electrolyte and squeeze into a solid lattice structure inside the electrode. Every single time you charge and discharge the battery, those ions push in and pull out, causing microscopic cracking and structural fatigue in the electrode material. This is not a flaw unique to cheap batteries. It is a fundamental consequence of how chemical storage works. It happens in every Tesla Powerwall. It happens in every premium LFP rack. Every cycle, a little more capacity disappears. The manufacturer gives you a warranty, but what they are really giving you is a documented schedule for how slowly the battery will die. For a suburban home with moderate, predictable loads, this degradation curve is manageable. But for a working homestead, running a shop with heavy tools, charging electric utility vehicles, pumping large volumes of water, operating agricultural equipment, the daily depth of discharge is brutal. You will chew through a standard lithium pack's lifespan far faster than the warranty math assumes. Graphene supercapacitors solve this problem at the physics level. A supercapacitor does not store energy through chemical reactions. It stores energy electrostatically, in the electric field between two electrodes and an electrolyte. Because there is no actual transfer of charge between the electrode and the electrolyte, there is no chemical wear, no ions grinding through a lattice, no structural fatigue. The lifespan implication of this is almost absurd. Supercap Energy has commercialized this technology for the residential market in their wall mount series, sleek, ready-to-install units in 5.5 and 15 kilowatt-hour configurations. They are rated for 20,000 deep discharge cycles. Let that number sit for a moment. 20,000 cycles. If you drain the battery to empty every single day, that is 54 years before you need a replacement. The solar panels on your roof will be long retired before this battery even approaches the end of its designed lifespan. Beyond longevity, supercapacitors offer a set of operational advantages that matter specifically for demanding rural and off-grid applications. First, you can safely discharge them to 99% depth without causing mechanical damage. With standard lithium, running below 20% of capacity regularly accelerates degradation. With supercapacitors, the depth of discharge is essentially irrelevant to lifespan. Second, no thermal runaway. None. The energy storage mechanism does not generate the kind of internal heat that causes lithium batteries to enter self-sustaining exothermic reactions. These units can sit in an unheated outbuilding at -20 degrees Celsius and still function without requiring internal heating mats or active cooling systems. For a homesteader running their power plant out of a barn in Montana or a shop in northern Alberta, this is not a minor convenience. It is a fundamental reliability advantage. The honest caveat: supercapacitor units carry a higher upfront cost than entry-level lithium. The energy density per dollar is lower at purchase time. But when you calculate the total cost of energy delivered over the battery's full lifespan, factoring in replacement costs and maintenance, the math flips decisively. These units simply cost less over their operational life, because they never need to be replaced. For high-cycle, high-demand properties, this is the most economically rational choice on the market. You are not buying a battery. You are buying a permanent infrastructure asset. To understand why sodium-ion batteries represent one of the most significant shifts in residential energy storage of the past decade, you need to understand the hidden vulnerability baked into every lithium-ion system ever sold. It is not chemistry. It is geography. Lithium carbonate, the raw material at the heart of every lithium-ion battery, is mined in a handful of places on Earth, under conditions that are frequently volatile. The price of lithium has swung from $13,000 per ton to $80,000 per ton within a single decade, driven by EV demand surges colliding with rigid supply chains, trade disputes, and political instability in mining regions. Every time you purchase a lithium-ion battery system for your home, you are, in a very real sense, downstream of those supply chain dynamics. The price you pay reflects geopolitical risk you did not choose to take on. Sodium completely changes the equation. Sodium is derived from basic soda ash. It is over 1,000 times more abundant in the Earth's crust than lithium. It can be sourced domestically in almost any country on Earth. Its market price sits at around $300 per ton and has remained fiercely stable because there is no shortage of it anywhere. For years, the challenge with sodium-ion batteries was energy density. The sodium ion is physically larger than a lithium ion, which made it harder to achieve comparable storage capacity in the same physical volume. Researchers understood the potential, but they could not crack the engineering. The world's largest battery manufacturer has officially launched commercial sodium-ion residential energy storage systems. The technology is no longer experimental. You can buy it today. The engineering breakthrough that made this possible centers on current collectors, the metal foils inside the battery that carry current in and out of the electrodes. In a standard lithium battery, the anode must use copper foil because lithium violently alloys with aluminum at low voltages, destroying the cell. That copper requirement adds weight, cost, and supply chain complexity. Sodium does not alloy with aluminum, which means CATL can use aluminum current collectors for both the anode and the cathode. Cheaper, lighter, and far simpler to source. This small chemical detail unlocks something profound for homeowners: true zero-volt discharge capability. You can drain a CATL sodium-ion battery all the way to 0 volts without damaging the cell chemistry. If you do the same thing to a standard lithium battery, you permanently ruin it. Sodium embraces complete discharge, which means these batteries can be shipped completely drained, no stored energy, no transport hazard, and installed with zero risk of the short-circuit fires that have plagued lithium logistics. The thermal tolerance is equally impressive. Standard lithium batteries in cold climates require internal heating mats just to maintain operational chemistry at sub-zero temperatures. Those heating mats consume energy, your energy, as a parasitic drain on the system you built to be free. CATL's sodium-ion racks use passive ambient air cooling. No heating mats. No active thermal management. The parasitic power drain drops by up to 90%. Sodium-ion systems are entering the residential market at approximately half the upfront cost of comparable lithium-ion options. They pair seamlessly with modern hybrid inverters. Early adopters are seeing projected returns on investment of 143% over the system's lifespan. If you are building a new system today and you are not in an extreme high-cycle homestead scenario, which is the supercapacitor's domain, sodium-ion is the single smartest economic decision you can make in residential energy storage right now. It is affordable, abundant, stable, and purpose-built for off-grid resilience. Everything we have talked about so far, the sand battery, the phase-change thermal unit, the supercapacitor, the sodium-ion rack, each one represents a genuinely compelling advancement in specific applications. But if you are building the primary electrical backbone of an off-grid home or homestead today, a system that needs to handle massive instantaneous loads, power high-surge equipment, and do it reliably from the moment it is switched on, there is one chemistry that still stands above everything else. Lithium iron phosphate, LFP. Before we get into the specific hardware, let's talk about why LFP chemistry specifically, not lithium cobalt oxide, not NMC, not the lithium chemistries in your phone or your laptop, is the only lithium technology that should ever be considered for home installation. The difference comes down to molecular architecture. Older lithium chemistries use cathode structures that contain cobalt, a conflict mineral with a genuinely troubling supply chain, and those structures become thermally unstable under stress. Overcharge them, overheat them, physically damage them, and they can release oxygen internally. Once that happens, you have a self-sustaining fire that water cannot put out. Lithium iron phosphate uses a fundamentally different molecular structure called an olivine crystal. The phosphate radical in LFP holds oxygen so tightly that even under extreme thermal stress, even if you deliberately try to damage the cell, it refuses to release oxygen. The chemistry is physically incapable of the thermal runaway cascade that makes other lithium chemistries dangerous. It also eliminates cobalt entirely. No conflict minerals. No ethical compromise buried inside your energy